somebody. We gotta talk tonight. Hello? Tag somebody, honey. We gotta talk tonight. Tag them and let them know Dr. C is on. And yes, this is live. Tag somebody, let them know we on. We gotta talk tonight. Got some information for you. You need to know this. Tag, 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 like, share, share, share. Hey, Deacon. That's my favorite Deacon, y'all. Hey, Deacon. Tag, 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 like, share, share, and share. Y'all, listen. Y'all, we got too much to talk about tonight. I can't even play this whole intro. I'm just gonna have to let that I'm gonna have to fade that out and be my own DJ tonight. Hello! And welcome to 30-Minute Therapy with Dr. C. And if you saw my post, I want to say, first of all, thank you all who continue to support the broadcast and support me in my little hiatus. Yes, I took the summer off, child, because I work hard, and sometimes it ain't even for the money. I work hard for souls, all right? So, but tonight, I'm going to, before we get started, do me a favor. If you are concerned about getting this information to someone you love, someone you care about, please tag their names, call them. This is important information, not only for us as kingdom believers, but for us as a race of people, and additionally as a body of believers. So tag people, let them know, hey, you might want to come in and hear what is being said. Y'all, there's some crazy stuff going on. Oh, Lord. There's some crazy stuff going on. I've been teaching it just about every Sunday at my church, what God has been showing me about the times. And you all heard it here about 2 years ago, maybe 1.5, about the famine that is about to hit our land. Actually, it is already here. So I'm going to give you some tidbits before I go into what I have prepared. If you have not been following the news, social media, if you have not been grocery shopping, to notice that the food, the shelves on the food on the shelves is getting more and more scarce. What they're doing is they're trying to spread it out on the display so that you cannot recognize the fact that they are not getting in as much food as they used to. Let me give you a couple of tips. Listen, tag somebody. And this is what Facebook has been doing. Sometimes it's hard to get through those algorithms if it is not liked and it is not shared. So let's shoot this up because it needs to be mainstream. People need to know what's going on. So again, there is a food shortage that is already in progress. And so what you need to do is you need to start trying to find some frozen or freeze dried foods. They have some that last you up to 25 years. There are others that you can buy on Amazon. And again, you need to be prepared. Watch this for the next 7 years. And so while you're out buying these wigs, these lashes, these nails, these Jordans, whatever it is, ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, you need to start putting your money into something in order to be prepared for what is coming. And so again, if you have any questions, you can ask these questions while we're on the live. And I'm going to make sure that I answer as many of them as I can. Again, there's a famine that is already underway, headed to our land, and we need to be prepared. So you need to start buying solar powered generators, okay? Don't get the gas ones because there's going to come a time when we don't have gas. We almost didn't have gas about a couple of months ago when gas was like $2,000 per gallon. Y'all remember that? And so again, we want to make sure that we're getting solar powered generators, that we're getting freeze dried food that will last more than 7 years. You can do your research. I'm just going to give you what you need. You can do your research at your own leisure, but you need to be getting prepared. Don't throw grandmama's blanket away just because it's old. You're going to need that. All right. With these clothes and everything, you need to be buying toilet tissue and rolls of paper towels. You need to be storing up every chance you can get for what is headed, because I'm telling you, what God has showed me is exactly what we're seeing in the news today. And they don't want to tell you about it because they don't want you to freak out, and they don't want the world to go into panic attack. And nobody's out doing anything. They need us still spending money. If you're going to spend the money, spend it on something that's going to keep you. I today went on Amazon and I bought a gas mask for me and my family. Yes, everybody that is in my little crew here, it's not many of us, but we got gas masks. What do you need with a gas mask? I need to be able to breathe, because there are things going on in this world why people are getting sick. Let me help you understand, and then I promise I'm going into this. So the reason that a lot of people are getting ill, and these are mystery illnesses, and you know, you may be at a time where you think that it's corona, and then you go and get tested and it's not corona and it's not the flu, and the doctor's saying, I don't know what this is. Look up chemtrails, chemical trails. Chemical, CHEMICAL, trails, TRAILS. Remember, I've been putting out posts for the longest saying you need to watch the sky. You need to look at the sky. Why? Because the chemtrails are in the sky. When we're looking up and we're seeing all of those designs, baby, that is not anything for you to gleam at. That is a warning that these chemical trails, they are spraying chemicals over us. Okay? This is why so many people are feeling bad and they don't know exactly what is going on with them. When you see these straight lines and it looks like it's designs, they have been ordered to spray chemicals on all of us. This is a part of their efforts to decrease the population. Not too long ago, if you go back and listen to, I believe my message maybe in June sometime, I told you about the Hoover Dam. And on the Hoover Dam, it had a subscription that says that we have to keep the population under 5 billion. It may be something else, but 5 billion. And they blew that up. And so if they're trying to keep the population under 5 billion, and there's 7 billion people on this planet, who do you think they're going to target? They're going to target people who are not rich, who are considered not part of the elite. They're going to target us, melanated people as well. And I will be sharing with you why you are so important. So without further ado, and if you have questions, please put them at the bottom. I'll do my best to try to answer as many as I can. But as a pastor, this is what the Lord told me. He said, they've done all of this. They're coming to church, but I need you to get my people prepared. And I said, what, their souls? He said, no, get them prepared for what is coming. So this is my efforts. If you will, like this, tag 5 people, share this as many times as you can, because you need to know what is going on. All right. And if you don't get it through this way and you end up missing it, you can't say that you weren't warned. So let's talk about CERN, CERN, CERN. Some of you are already familiar with this, but what CERN is, they are a European organization that specializes in nuclear research. So last month in July, they've been working on this for some decades. What they did was they got this thing called the God particle. These are the smallest particles known to man. And they are chasing dark matter. Dark matter. And you say, Dr. C, this is not making sense. Hold on, I'm coming to you. So this dark matter that they are after, they are taking these particles and they are trying to get them to fuse together and hit each other faster than the speed of light, because they are trying to open a portal into the deep abyss. What deep abyss? Why does that sound familiar to me? Why does that seem like something I heard in Sunday school about the deep abyss? Well, I'm glad you asked. CERN is dealing with what we call fallen angels. Okay? And listen, while you all are at church and you're watching my live, I gotta give you something. Oh, and thank you so much for my cake. I already ate it. I want to thank what is her name? Chantel Sweets. Y'all go support Chantel Sweets. When I tell you that cake is so good, I didn't eat it, but I ate it. So again, there's a portal that CERN, CERN, has already opened. And so with this portal being open, what they're hoping to do is to be able to go back to find out the start and the origin of the Big Bang Theory. You know, everybody does not believe in creationism, where Adam and Eve were created by God, and then, you know, the human race ensued after that. There's some people that believe that nothing absolutely was out there, and then all of a sudden from nothing sprang all of this. I know, but that's what they think. So again, they are saying we're trying to find out how the Big Bang Theory happened. This is what they believe. And so they're saying if we shoot this energy and this matter into this dark hole, into this portal, then we'll be able to trace the origins and find out how the world began, the origins of our galaxy. What they don't know is that the entities that they have been communicating with are not gods. They are fallen angels. Yes, you heard me right. Fallen angels. Go back into the book of Genesis, what most of us believe. And we know that the fallen angels come from when Satan thought he was going to rise up against God, and he decided that he was going to be more than God and exalt his throne above God, and God had to show him that he could tap that tail and kick him right on out. And as Lucifer was falling, according to the Bible, he took a third of the angels with him with his tail. Y'all got to watch out for people's tail. My mama used to say, don't let tail take you to hell. But that's a whole different subject on a whole different day. And so again, they are communicating with what they feel are gods, ancient gods. A lot of people would say that it is the Nibiru, who they feel like they're communicating with. These are fallen angels. All right. So I'm going to, and the fallen angels, this gateway is supposed to open to allow these demonic creatures to enter our realm. The Lord had spoke to me. He told me, he said, tell them that they're going to start seeing creatures that they've never seen and that they've never discovered before. And so this is what is happening. If you've been out there and you've seen the sky and it's looking different colors, some people have reported that at 9 o'clock at night, it's still daylight. It looks like it's about 12 noon. This is what's going on. They are communicating with demonic creatures, and these creatures have them feeling like they can trust them when they know that when that portal is open, which is already open, there's nothing you can do to change that part, then they know that they're going to betray them already as well. So again, for those of you who have just come on, my first appetizer for you, go buy food that is non-perishable. Buy non-perishable items. Okay, 25 years or more, freeze dried food. Go get you some. Start stacking up as if you were living off the grid, like Little House on the Prairie. Okay, and as we continue on these, I will give you more information, but I wanted to recap since more of you are in here. And thank you. If you're coming on, like, share, tag, share. There are people that's not hearing this information, and if they don't know, they will perish. Okay. All right, so back to CERN, CERN, with these, the God particle is what they used. They're using the God particle to open up this portal because what they hope to do is to be able to create a new world, and they want to find out the origins of what they believe to be the origin of our galaxy, which is the Big Bang Theory. So now, while y'all are shouting all over the place, rolling all over the floor, running around the church, CERN is opening up a portal that has allowed them to communicate and release demonic entities into our realm. We are not the only realm that exists. There are other entities that exist besides humankind. Okay? So while you walking around here thinking that we're all there is, we're not. There are other entities that are already around this world, already in this realm. And if you do this on your own time, go research older maps of the world, and you will see where there were people who gave us a landscape. And guess what? If you try to get past Antarctica, there's an ice wall. And if you get too close to that ice wall, they will execute you. Listen, why is it so dangerous to get to that ice wall? Because there are realms that are outside of what we consider to be our continents. There are other realms outside of that. I know, it's a whole lot, but we're going to cover it. Yes. And so again, we're trying to get prepared. CERN has opened this portal. And so again, these are gateways to the fallen angels. Now, if you go back into the book of Genesis, it tells you that after these fallen angels were down here, what they started. Now, this is before Adam and Eve. Okay, you're not going to find out about Adam and Eve until after this has happened, or before this has happened. Okay, so Adam and Eve were created after these angels have fallen to the earth. Did you not know that there were 2 floods, not one? Tell your pastor to tell you about that. There were 2 floods, not just one. There was a flood that was on our earth way before we started hearing about Adam and Eve. How do we know that? Hi, Paul. Glad to see you. How do we know that? Well, let's do this. The Bible says that in the beginning was the Word was the Word. That's the Bible. That's the book of John. But waters covered the face of the deep. Why? Because a flood had ensued already. What was going on was these angels, the Bible says, saw the daughters of man, meaning us. And they married some and started mating and creating offspring. And so what we consider to be giants were actually called the Nephilim. Yes, the Nephilim. This is a good Sunday school lesson. So the Nephilim are giants because they're human, but they're also part of those fallen angels. And I'm going to show you some evidence that, of course, we know that God sent the flood and it drowned them out, but they did not just mate with humans. They made it with animals, birds, things in the sea, beasts of the field. They made it with them and produced offspring. This is why people want you to think things like mermaids are not real. Let me tell you something about Hollywood. There's a universal law in the spirit realm that says that they have to tell you what they're going to do before they do it. That is a universal law, that they must tell us what they're going to do before they do it. Okay, then why is everybody missing it? Because they're putting it in movies. And when they put it in movies, we see it. And so, yes, they can say technically we know, but we're not grasping the fact that this is their way of telling us this is what is about to happen. Okay, we're going to tell you, even though we're not for you, we're going to tell you what we're about to do just so we can obey that universal law. Let me give you an example. For those of you all who have watched iRobot with Will Smith, back in the day, years and years ago, iRobot. When I remember seeing that movie, I was like, wow, that's crazy. I'm like, somebody was really, really imaginative to create this. No. Because if you look at it today, they're already saying that they've created robots that are 10 times, that work 10 times faster than human. They're 10 times as effective, and they're smarter than us. And so again, you're dealing with AI, artificial intelligence. So we thought that back then, iRobot, all it was just a movie. It was not. All of those things sometimes that you see in movies, start paying attention. And later on down the line, I'm going to teach you about some of the signs that you need to look for in the movies that they're telling you. And listen, there's so much involved in it. It's pedophilia. It is child trafficking. It's a lot of things that are going on that shouldn't be going on. So again, but tonight we're going to focus on CERN. So again, CERN has successfully opened this portal to release these demonic entities into our realm. This is why, again, some of you all, when you go out there, you're seeing different colors in the sky, and the sky looks funny, and it's too late in the evening for it to look like it's 12 noon. This is what's going on. I put a post out to let you know all of these storms that we're seeing are not natural storms. These storms are being created to cover up what is being done. Even the fires in California are covering up what is being done. You don't have to believe me, but when it happens, I promise you that you will. So again, back to these giants. They're called the Nephilim. They made it with humankind, beasts of the field, fish in the sea, birds in the air. They made it. And so then they started having hybrids, okay? But now when you look into the movies and you see these cartoons, you think these things are harmless. No, they're not. They are telling you, and they are also programming your children with subliminal messages. You have got to pay attention to what your children are watching on television. You have to pay attention to what you are watching on television because of the fact that they are trying to get you desensitized to it so that when it comes on the earth, you're not going to be frightened of it, and you're not even going to know that you are in imminent danger. So this is what desensitized means. I can expose you so much to trauma that when something else traumatic happens, you don't even react like you are traumatized because of the fact that you are so used to trauma. If I give you a banana every day, you're not going to be surprised when you walk in and there's a banana waiting on you. Why? Because I've desensitized you and you're used to having a banana every day. So what's the difference between yesterday and today? So again, they're putting these things in entertainment. They are also employing actors and entertainers of any kind who have sold their soul to the enemy, unfortunately, to be able to have status, to have fortune, to have fame. Come on, the Bible lets us know that you can gain the whole world. What profits a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul? So you've got to be careful about who you're listening to, this music, these lyrics. You've got to be careful what's going into your portals. We have portals as well. They're our eye gates, our ear gates. Okay, we have portals as well. So we have to be careful about that. So again, we're talking about CERN. Now I'm going to show you a few pictures if I can get my my moderator to be on standby. I'm about to show you pictures of what they believe that when these giants were slain by the Holy Spirit for corrupting mankind and corrupting his creation, of course, they died. Well, what happens if they die and nobody picks your body up? It either rots or it becomes hardened and brittle. Can you show them the first picture? Is it on there? It may not be on there, but you can go and research it. Research what is going on and research giants. They have pictures of stone, but these things appear as if they have faces. And people are saying, oh, that's just rock. That's just rock. It may be one of the Nephilim that has fallen, that one of the Nephilim that has died and just laid there and then turned to stone. When I show you the pictures, I'll go back and put them on my page later. You're going to be shocked that these things really do look human. It's stone, but it's human. Do you not think that when you're watching cartoons and they have these characters that are made of stone, but they have faces? Where do you think that's coming from? They're showing you what has happened. They're showing you what they're doing. But because we're thinking that it's just coming in the form of entertainment, I broke down entertainment a couple of Sundays ago, and I told you entertainment works like this. You have to be careful what you allow to enter. Entertainment. You have to be careful what you allow to enter you. If I'm watching something demonic, I have made myself accessible to be under demonic attack or even to be under demonic oppression. Sometimes you're wondering why your kids are acting so crazy. Like, where did you get this from? Watch what they're watching, listen to what they're listening to, and even, yes, these video games have been programmed to deprogram our children from the truth and reprogram them the way that they want them to be. So again, the attack has been on the body of believers, but also against anybody with melanin, the African Americans, anybody that you know are people of color. We're under attack. Why? Because if you go out there in the sun, pretty much we can take it because our skin has been conditioned to take the sun. But there were over 100,000 deaths from heat stroke alone just this summer. And so again, we've got to be careful because we have something on the inside of us, especially ladies. We have something called the Eve gene. Yes, the Eve gene. And the Eve gene, what it is, basically it says that all life came from a woman of color. Okay? It's saying that all life came from in other words, we can produce all colors. Okay, we can produce all colors. We can produce all kinds of eye colors. We can produce all kinds of hair color. If you look at it, I think it's called the McGinnis people, but I probably said that wrong. But look it up. There are people that are 10 times darker than me, and they are born, yes, born with gold hair, with blonde hair. They don't have to go to the store and ask for 613 bundle of hair. They naturally have blonde hair. How is that so? It's in our DNA to be able to produce these things. And I'm only giving you things so that you can do your own research. But this is why you've got to be prepared, because you are under attack. When I come on next week, I'm actually going to show you a video where they are bargaining with some women of African American descent to be able to have their DNA, because they're saying if we can mix our DNA with what you have, then we will live longer. We meaning people, not people of color. And no, I'm not racist. None of that. I have white friends. I have all of that. Some of my closest friends and sisters are of a different color. But it does not take away the fact that there is something on the inside of black men, black women, people of color that have allowed us to be able to help other humans survive instead of us. Watch your children. Watch how many of these kids that are popping up missing are kids of color. Watch this child trafficking. Watch all of this. Watch how they come up missing. And let me tell you this. Next week, I may even talk about organ harvesting. Y'all, this rabbit hole is so deep. It would take weeks and months to be able to tell you what's been going on while we're eating ham sandwiches and going to church and jumping around and singing in the choir. But there is something else going on. And somebody said, well, why did God tell you to talk about that? Well, the Bible does warn us not to be ignorant of Satan's devices. But how can we fight our opponent unless we study his tactics? Muhammad Ali could not win fights without studying his opponent's tactics to know whether or not his right arm was stronger than his left arm. Is the jab that way stronger when I hit people, or is it stronger that way? So again, God is wanting us to sit down from the semantics for a while, and he's wanting us to learn about the kingdom of hell, the kingdom of Satan, and some of these kingdoms are underwater. There's a whole entire kingdom in the water called the marine kingdom. Listen, it's so much to dissect. I can't even dissect it even in 30 minutes, even in an hour. Okay? I wanted to tell you about CERN so that you could start doing your own research. Listen, the Bible lets us know that my people perish for a lack of knowledge. You don't have to die before your time. But there are some essential things that you will need to survive. You need to get water by the cases. And if you can, get alkaline water, because the Lord did show me where they were going to be touching our water systems, and that the water would be too cantankerous to drink. So you need to do, like, go back to what your grandmama and your great grandmama and all of those used to do. Fill your tubs up with water. Keep that water in there, just in case if they stop the water from coming, then you will have water. But start getting it now. This may not even happen this year, but I guarantee you when it does, if you have been preparing as God has commissioned me to tell you to do, I promise you, it may be laughable right now, but you'll be much more appreciative for it then. So you need alkaline water. Why alkaline water? Because alkaline is good for purging our systems out. It helps take some of the toxins out of our body. So alkaline water is good for the skin and all of that. So you need alkaline water. You need to go and start researching foods that are frozen. Not frozen as in been put in the freezer, but they're dry. It's dry food. To where if you add water to it, then you can have a decent meal. Don't you sell your land. Keep your land if you have some in your family, and start a garden. Start planting seeds so that when this famine is in full effect, you will be able to go out in your backyard and get what you need to take care of you and your family. I want you to do some research. You got a homework assignment. I need you to look up living off the grid, GRID, living off the grid. You can look it up on YouTube. There's a lot of resources out there, but we've got to start learning how to live off the grid, meaning you need to get things that are solar powered. What does that mean if it's solar powered? That means these things are in the sun, and then when it's nighttime, watch this. I'm going to tell you something else that's going to happen. They're saying that maybe this year, maybe next year, we could be without electricity at all. Why? Did all the electricity run out? No. This is a way that they're guiding us to their methods of control for the New World Order. This is how they control a whole people. Do you remember where the Bible tells us about the mark of the beast? And the Bible lets us know that man will not be able to buy, sell, or trade if they don't have the mark of the beast. I'm going to tell you right now, the mark of the beast is a number. It's a number. It's not a stamp on your hand. It's a number. Okay? And so again, if you're not prepared, then you're going to be so hungry and so thirsty and so desperate for things that you could have been storing up right now, then you may just decide to take the mark instead of just saying, you know what, I'm not trading my soul, not even for that. So again, I need you to tag some people that you love in this video. I'm getting ready to shut it down for the night. But I need you to tag some people that you love and let them watch this video. I'm going to come on. Does anybody have any questions before I get off? I don't know if I don't know if I have missed any questions, but listen, your medications, store up on them 3 months ahead of time if you can. Vitamins, buy them as much as you can, because when this thing happens, you're not going to be able to get the essentials that you need, and they're counting on the elderly dying first. They want to get rid of the elderly. They feel, because guess what? People have been living longer than people anticipate. And so what they want to do is to be able to write people off the face of the earth, because they're like, y'all are taking up too many supplies. You're using too much food, too much electricity, and we need to get rid of some of y'all. These are the things that's being stated and alleged, not just by me, but by a lot of people who are waking up to the fact that something going on is not right. If you've been feeling, I'm gonna do a quick poll. Have you felt like maybe your head was pulsating, or it's kind of like vertigo symptoms? Okay, if you're feeling something like that, or you have been, that is a result of what CERN has been doing. We have energy on the inside of us. We are also energetic beings, okay? This is why we can create static electricity. When you go by somebody, you brush up on them, you say, hey, you shocked me. How can I shock you if I don't have energy on the inside of me? So we are energetic beings. And so again, we have to be very careful. But when they are shooting energy in there that is so many times more powerful than it was the last time, then we have reactions to it and we're thinking we're sick and we're not. It's a result of what is being sprayed in the sky, what is being shot in the sky. And we have to prepare for these things. So this is what I want you to do. For next time, I need you to look up Nephilim, okay? And living off the grid. I need you to start looking up things. Go to Amazon, because if you look at Amazon, stuff is disappearing. And you can't buy it and it's on back order. Why? Because a lot of people are waking up to the fact that something maniacal is going on. Something sinister is going on. And if I'm not prepared for it, then it's going to take over the family that I've created. So again, I need you to look up those things. Does anybody have a question? I know this was kind of a brief synopsis of it, but if you want to go back and watch some of my Sunday services, yes, you can scroll through all the singing, but scroll to the message and start listening to what God has had me pouring out. I'm giving, I think we did it maybe the first Sunday in June. I gave out actual resources that you could go and buy for food, for shelter, even for protection. You're going to need to get protection, like spraying mace or whatever you feel like you can utilize to protect yourself, because when this does happen, prayerfully you are prepared. But when people find out, they're coming for you. They're gonna come for you. We know what happens when it's a lot of people that are hungry and they find out that somebody has food. They come for them. You're gonna need to be armed and dangerous, and that's just not in the spirit. You're going to need to know how to defend yourself, how to take care of your property, and some of y'all may even have to live together as families, may have to come in as one. Those times are coming. Those times are coming. And so again, go back, listen to those messages from Sunday. If you have questions, I really want you to, you can private message me, or you can ask the questions on here, and I'll make sure that I get them answered. Does anybody have a question before I get off? If you would like for me to keep giving you this information, will you let me know down at the bottom? Put it in the comment section if you would like for me to continue just giving you the information that I have done hours and hours and days and weeks of research gathering, because I want God's people to be spared. I don't want to see anybody fail when I know that we've had enough time to get prepared. Somebody said, yes, please do. You got it. You got it. My saints at Grace Life, they're already getting prepared and they're not playing about it. And more pastors got to be talking about this. Put your pastors on here and tell them to do the research, because I would like to see more pastors talking about this to get the body of Christ prepared. They're not just coming for melanated people only. They're coming for everybody that they consider to be non-essential or not rich enough. So again, I see someone says, please continue. Yes, please continue with this information. Absolutely. I absolutely will. But if I continue with this, please, can I have your devotion to share this as many times as you can, so that people can start. Wait a minute now. They got a preacher talking about this? Yeah. Because there's a war already going on. And it has nothing to do with you being black or white. Has nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with any of that stuff. There's a war, a spiritual war that is raging. And if you are not spending time in prayer, then you're going to miss it. This is another thing. If you're not feeling yourself, studies say if you go out there into the sun. Okay, I know we don't like it because we sweat and all that stuff, but this is how they conditioned us to think that we do not need to have sunlight. So we stay in these dark places and everything, trying to avoid the sun, when the sun is actually how we get vitamin D. Remember? That thing that they said was good for protection against a certain other kind of thing that we were dealing with and still kind of are. The sun gives us vitamin D. So we need to be in the sun. Get up. Start being more mobile. Okay? If you're in the house all day and you're not doing anything and all the lights are off and all you're doing is Netflixing and chilling by yourself, listen, you're going to start to feel worse and worse as they continue their plan to release these evil entities, and they continue their plans to try to weaken people's immune system again to try to get rid of it. So now when they just blew up Hoover Dam because that was the evidence that, hey, you got to keep the population to a certain count. They just blew up Hoover Dam. That was the birthing process to them. These things are rituals. They're very ritualistic, even down to numbers. And listen, I've been talking about this and my lives have been under attack. Why are my lives under attack for saying this? Because they know that we are waking up and we know about it. What they want us to do is just keep going to church, letting people pour oil on you, and you go out there and everything as if nothing is wrong, and they're continuing to do what they want to do. No. The church, of course, is going to be the biggest force against the kingdom of hell, but how can we prepare for an enemy that we have not studied? Come on, Sherard. I will say good job myself on that. Y'all quietly. Y'all out there? Y'all still there? Did you hear what I said? Yes. Get out there and get you some sunlight. Walk. Get you a friend. Walk. And get in the sunlight. And when you're doing that, take deep breaths and then get you some fresh air. And if you are taking deep breaths, your body will naturally start to relax. Naturally. Okay? So again, it is so much information that I have to share with you, but I can't share it with just the people on this live. I need it to expand because listen, I'm concerned about the state of the church. I'm concerned about the state of this world. So again, we have to share this with people, but this is your assignment. Go out there and get you some sun every day. Go out there and move around every day. Okay? Keep your bodies together. Eat the right foods. You know, it is so much coming to my mind to tell y'all. Look up the pineal gland that we have in our head. This is actually something that's in our brain, the pineal gland. Okay? If you are using toothpaste with fluoride, stop. Stop. And if you remind me, I will give you a whole list of toothpaste that does not have fluoride. What does fluoride do? It calcifies things to where they don't work, where they don't function. The Bible even tells us that we are little, lowercase g, gods. How are we gods? Because we can create and the devil can't. The devil can't create. All he can do is invert and cause it to be perverted what God has already created. That's what Satan does. He can't create anything. But because we have the power of the creator on the inside of us, we can create things. But if your pineal gland in your head is calcified, then you're going to stay asleep. But they don't want you to wake up. Because when you wake up and realize who you really, really, really are, when you recognize that what we've been taught about all the tribes of Israel being light complected, we got so much to deprogram ourselves from. So much. They know who you are. You got to find out who you are. Can I drop this nugget before I get off? I need you to start looking up the origins of the Hebrews and see if your eyes don't go buckshot open. They have to put the information out there because it's the truth. But if we're not reading it, we're not researching it, we're not going to know, and we'll forever be asleep. Somebody just type on here, if you're listening and you want to hear more of this and you're going to spread this, just type, I'm waking up. Whoever it is, just type, I'm waking up. Put it down there in the comment, I'm waking up. Because listen, we're armed. We're arming ourselves. Spiritually, we're arming ourselves naturally for what is coming. And listen, I hope that this has helped you. I hope that this in some way has ignited you to go and do your own research ignited you to go out there and start buying things for your family, ignited you to start being more wise about how you spend your money. Because let me tell you something, you're trying to hold all them thousands of dollars and stuff in the bank, but there's going to come a time when that paper dollar is worth nothing. Okay, I've said too much already. Yeah, Karen says I'm waking up. Sabrina says I'm waking up. Tamika says I'm waking up. Barbara says I am waking up. Yes. Yes. This rabbit hole goes real deep, y'all. Real deep. Now, we know that there's false information out there, and this is why you got to be able to rightly divide. You got to be able to know what is fiction, what is fake. But again, it's time that we wake up. Yeah, they're saying, yeah, I'm waking up. Velma says I'm waking up. Yeah, you got to wake up. So I'm going to get off of here because I've already been way past my 30 minutes. But I want you to do your research. And when I come on next week, I'm going to be teaching Sunday as well. If you want to join Sunday, I'll be there. But also, especially for next week, I want you to do your research. All right? Listen, I'm so happy that you all came and hung out with me for this little bitty time. I hope that you found this beneficial. And again, stop spending your money on hair, nails, all that stuff. When you hungry, none of that stuff matters. When you hungry, who cares about Jordans? Huh? Listen, I love you guys. If I didn't love y'all, I wouldn't be doing this research to help get you prepared. But I do love you. And I hope that you'll share this message with as many people in groups as you can. And let's all wake up at the same time. And when we do that, we're going to be a force to be reckoned with. We already are. But we're going to really, really be a force once we wake up. Listen, I love you all. I miss you too, Sabrina. I can't wait to see you all and everything. So again, want you all, before I get off, please, please, please join me in Cincinnati next week, next Sunday. The Word of Deliverance Ministries for the World, Bishop Bobby and Dr. Valda Hilton in the Cincinnati, Ohio area. I'm going for their Word Conference. Please join me either online. I have a YouTube channel. If you will, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. My moderator is gonna put all of this on my YouTube channel so you can go back and you can listen to it, and Facebook won't have to censor everything. So it is Dr. Christina Sherard on YouTube. Go find my channel, subscribe to it, and listen to everything that you need to know. All right, you guys. I hope you have a blessed night. Woo! I got my water, y'all. See, that's my water, my alkaline water. I drink it every day, and I feel great. All right, I love y'all. Good night.